Welcome Gold delegates from around the world. I'm Fleur Bickford, Program Director and MC for Gold Conferences International. I'm here today talking with Amy Barron Smolinski and Tamra Heald about their upcoming presentation for the Gold Lactation Conference. They're going to be doing a cultural talk for us titled Mom to Mom KMC, From Peer Mentoring to Community Culture Change. So Amy and Tamra, welcome. I'm really happy to have you with us. So first question I have for you guys is just wondering if you can tell us a little bit about yourselves and how you came to be involved with breastfeeding families.
Sure, I'll go first, Fleur. This is Amy. And I became involved in breastfeeding families when we moved to Germany in 2008. My twins had just weaned, and I found a flyer for Mom to Mom that it was a peer mentoring organization, and I thought, well, that sounds great. I had really enjoyed breastfeeding, and so I signed up to be a peer mentor and took the training. And then I became more involved by opening my big mouth and complaining. One of my mentees had a negative experience at one of our healthcare facilities here. And so I wrote a really angry email to the Mom to Mom program coordinator at the time. And she wrote back and she said, well, first of all, that's not true. That's not the policy. And here's what you can give to your mentee. And second of all, that was a really good letter. Would you like to take up some advocacy for us? And so that sort of morphed into my involvement with Mom to Mom as the first community outreach director.
All right, and Tamra here. I became involved with breastfeeding mothers when I became one, and kind of started to understand the struggles that can come along with that, and just the emotional struggles, especially for me. I felt like I was supposed to love it, and I didn't at first. And so as I started to understand that there were more women out there who felt like they were supposed to love it and didn't, and felt disappointed and guilty as a result, I realized that I could share my story of how I learned to love it and how I began to love it, especially with my second child. So when we moved to Germany, I also found Mom to Mom, and have been involved ever since.
Okay, thank you so much, guys. It's fascinating to hear about your journeys and how you came to be involved in this. So next question I have, maybe Tamara, you could address this one. Perhaps you could just briefly explain what Mom to Mom KMC is, and also how are the needs of military families unique, and why is there this need for the peer mentoring?
Sure. So Mom to Mom KMC is, like it says, a peer mentoring group, is what was our basic, where we started from. And we've moved into so much more than that. We're advocacy. We are encouraging families around the community. But peer mentoring is still at the heart of what we do. And it started here because, as you said, military families in particular have a lot of challenges. And one of them is just the obvious of being so far away from family and support that that they might have if they were back in the States, back at home. So a lot of moms aren't near their mothers who breastfed, aren't near their friends who breastfed, and can give them the support and help that they seek. So that's one of the challenges that we are able to come in and kind of help overcome. There are military specific challenges as well for those of our active duty moms who want to breastfeed but run into issues through the military, with whether it's things like having to go deploy, go out in the field, trainings. There are all sorts of things that we don't think about as non-military, as lay people, and that you just have to deal with.
Okay, great. Thank you, Tamara. So next question, perhaps Amy, you could answer this one, and maybe you could just tell us a little bit more about some of what the biggest challenges have been in setting up the community network, and also maybe a little bit about what some of the benefits are that you're seeing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I was fortunate to be sort of in on the ground floor and be part of an incredible team of volunteer women, military, active duty, and military spouses. Um, and we definitely had some challenges to overcome. We had to overcome the challenge of perception. Breastfeeding can be a hot topic issue. And in the past few years, it's become more and more visible in the media. It's become more discussed in the military community and in the community at large. And, through social media, through Facebook now, there's a news story every day, every week about breastfeeding. And so really managing community perception and also ensuring that we are a group that is welcoming to everyone. The military is an incredibly diverse population. We have people from all different backgrounds, all different cultural, ethnic, religious backgrounds, even different nationalities, believe it or not. And so really ensuring that in order to provide support for all moms, we have to make sure that we have a broad base of mentors. We have to make sure that our membership is as diverse as the greater military community as well. So we've really worked hard on ensuring that the tone of our organization is always welcoming and always supportive. And our motto is, we support every mom in meeting her individual breastfeeding goal, whatever her journey looks like. So getting that message out there and making it clear to not only the moms and the families in the community, but also the other organizations that we have. We have a lot of resources that support families with young children, and just letting them know, hey, if you've got breastfeeding moms, send them to us. We can help. We can support them. We can give them good information in your mission as well.
Hey, Amy, thank you so much for that. So to both of you, Amy and Tamra, thank you so much for joining us today to chat a bit about your upcoming presentation. For our delegates who are listening, please join us on Tuesday, May 5th at 1600 UTC to learn more from Amy and Tamra. Thank you.